This dream I had in June 2017. In this dream, we were many people at a place from which I first thought it was heaven, but it turned out to be wrong. I thought it was heaven because Jesus was sitting on a throne, and maybe because I was riding horses there. But you could fall down from the horse and it would hurt, which was the first sign that it was not heaven. There was a very beautiful white horse that looked like Spirit in the film of DreamWorks, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. I wanted to ride on this horse, and it was allowed for a little while. Then Jesus was calling us to a big assembly. Every one of us had to bring him something as a gift, but none of us was really sure what to bring him. That's why each of us brought him anything that came to our mind. But most of the gifts were very cheap and not worthy at all for a king. We thought we brought something that would be a little birthday present for someone we don't really know, like some chocolate or something like that. Something that we wouldn't buy for a very good friend. Nothing big. Yes, even ridiculous, when consider that Jesus was our God and King. So our gifts were not at all good enough for Jesus. I also had simply not enough for Jesus. I had 2 pieces of chocolate, each one in each hand. That is insufficient, I thought, and I felt ashamed. My state of knowledge was the one that I had when I was not dreaming. So I knew that actually Jesus and we knew each other. I remembered the time that I spent with him on earth. Now he was sitting on a throne, not in his glory, not with much light, but he looked like a king. Like a king would sit in his throne. We passed by Jesus in a long line of people. His throne was standing in the distance. I thought about the quiet time I had with Jesus on earth and was thinking, but we know each other. I was disappointed that there was such a distance between Jesus and me, and that I was only one of many. Impossible to have a private talk with Jesus. Then Jesus was sending us away with a task, but I forgot which task it was. But then suddenly everything got out of control. People started to kill people without sense, randomly. Animals and people got killed. Nothing went like planned. I had to run for my life and hide myself. People wanted that I should kill someone, but I refused. I didn't want to kill anybody. I was shocked and disappointed. Now it was surely not like heaven anymore. I first thought a place where Jesus is must be heaven. That's why I was so confused. Why does all this happen? How could Jesus allow such evil to happen? Then suddenly I saw him walking in the midst of all the people. Should I go to him and talk with him? Should I tell him my thoughts and worries? We knew each other. We knew each other from the time on earth. So I went to him. I said, I always thought nobody would die in heaven. Now my beloved horse is dead, animals and people. And it was clear that I blamed him a little for that. I could see that Jesus' heart hurt by all the evil things he was seeing and to hear of so much bad things. He said, I am so sorry that your horse had died. I am so sorry that you have to live through all that. I was delayed. Everything took longer. I first had to die for you and to rise up from death again. I saw the marks on his feet and his hands, big scars. It was clear to me that I was not in heaven. Now it was clear that Jesus didn't die for us yet in the beginning of the dream. Everything seemed to be a big metaphor. I looked at him and didn't know what to say. I was just happy to see him, to stand right before him, and that I was allowed to talk with him. And I felt sorry that I blamed him for the evil around us. He had done anything he could to defeat death. He gave his life. We hugged each other and I was happy. Und diese Tatsache ist mir halt durch diesen Traum besonders nochmal klar geworden und bewusst geworden. Dass wenn wir denken, Jesus hockt da oben im Himmel, irgendwie überhaupt unberührt von jeglichem Leid auf Erden, dass Gott da niemals mitgelitten hätte oder so, das stimmt überhaupt nicht. Er war mitten dabei, er hat mitten unter uns gelebt und gelitten und gestorben und er kann halt absolut mitfühlen und das ist mir im Traum total nochmal bewusst geworden.